Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming. We are back with some more Plague Inc. Evolved. I've been playing a bit of this in my spare time, unlocking some more pathogens and gene strains. Today we're going to be playing the Neurax Worm, a manipulative organism that burrows into the brain. I'm choosing this because it seems like a kind of a fun option, just like the simian flu or certainly the necrovirus and a number of other things. This is pretty odd, pretty unique in how it plays out, and I'm looking forward to showing it to you guys. So let's see, we also did unlock some new genes. I'm kind of curious. Alright, the one we're going to be going with for this one is the ATP Boost. Get bonus DNA at the beginning. I'm also going to go with Creationist. Decreases the chance of the plague mutating. I do not want to have extra mutations that I cannot control. I have a very specific path in mind for this. I did get this new gene. What's this? Increases chance of plague spreading by land. Pretty awesome. No reason not to have it. Let's insert it. Hydrophile. Give your plague a bonus in the humid climates. Do I want that? Yeah, sure, why not? Hydrophile sounds good. And ionized helix bonus DNA when devolving. Not really helpful in the case of the Neurax Worm, because I can't really gain points by devolving, but yeah, it's better than having nothing, I suppose, so why not? Alright, let's continue. We're going to be playing on Brutal Mode today, and I'm going to be showing you my strategy for the Neurax Worm. If it didn't crash. Did it crash? No, it did not. Okay. I'm gonna call this, Brain Feeders. Whoops, not Brian Feeders. It might be Brian Feeders. No, we're gonna call this Brain Feeders. Alright, the Brain Feeder worm is infecting the world. Welcome to Plague Inc. Evolved. Alright, we want to start a location. Now, India seems like a pretty logical choice, just because it's humid, high population. Other places to consider are Brazil, and since I usually do India, I'm going to go ahead and try out Brazil. Because, why not? Could be fun. Brain Feeders begins in Brazil. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, because I start with extra DNA points, let's look at transmission. I'm going to increase with eggs. You'll notice there are 3 different methods of transmission, very different from the usual path. First off, you have eggs. The Neurax Worm produces eggs that are ejected from the host brain in the thousands. 2 DNA points. Oh yeah, and there's my little worm right there. We'll evolve that. We can also spend another 3 points hatching eggs as they experience in warmth. So we're going to go ahead and get some more eggs. Our transmission should be going up. One thing to consider, notice if severity is going up whenever you increase your transmission. That's the main downside of the Neurax Worm, and we're going to have to counter that. Now, I could spend a single DNA point to allow for a neural breach. The only real symptom being rapid eye blinking. So we're going to grab that. We also can have cerebral tendons, which increases infectivity for 3 more points. Tendril production in the cerebral cavities begin. Enables increased control over host brain. Grab it. Alright, we have no more points, but that's all we got in our first thing, and it's only been like 2 days, so awesome. Brain Feeders is a Neurax worm undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat in Brazil and given it means to spread. Yep. Let's go ahead and put this on just 2 times speed for now. That should be pretty reasonable, I think. And now we just wait for a few points to come in. And we're getting 1 more point. We've only infected 6 people, but no problem. Don't fret. It will work out just fine. Banks report record profits. Publix forgives the banks and goes back to shopping. Yeah, that'll never happen. Never forgiven the banks for the so-called Great Recession. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Ah, free DNA. Excellent. Let's grab this. Adrenergic constriction. I'm not a medical person. What can I say? Beta receptor blockers released, dampening anxiety in the host and lessening severity of allergic reactions to the worm. This actually decreases the severity, and it only costs 3 points, so we're going to grab that. I'm also going to be saving up a few points for some abilities. I'll show you what that does in just a little bit. Now, one of the fun things about the Neurax Worm is there are a lot of ways to affect the host, including leading them to suicide or just being straight out aggressive and causing havoc. But we have a very specific strategy in mind I'm going to show you later. Alright, now I wanted to show you abilities real quick. There's the usual drug, cold, and heat resistance, but then there's this, Trojan Planes. Yeah, not the Trojan horse, it's the Trojan plane. Manipulation of dopamine transporters result in a form of ADHD which encourages hosts to fly to a target country. That's pretty cool. Infectivity and severity do go up, but basically we can go to any country in the world. going to grab that early. It also does not cost any DNA points to send somebody. It's free. So it's basically free infectivity to pretty much any country you want. From here on out, though, I'm going to be focusing a bit more on transmission. Maybe reducing severity. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Let's see. Anxiolytic infusion, mass synthesis of neurotransmitter, gamma anubutyric butyric acid, I don't know. Reduces anxiety again. Look how much the severity goes down. There we go. We're practically unnoticeable, and now we can breach any country in the world. Pretty easy, even on brutal. Now we just need to really up the infectivity, and then we're going to start seeing the points fly in. Almost literally, actually. We're going to literally see the points fly in via airplane. It's going to be hilarious. Alright, transmission. A few things we can do here. For example, insects. The worm is attached to the insects. It does not increase chance of mutation, however, so we're going to grab this. 7 points. Boom. Done. Do we want birds as well? Sure, why not? We're going to have bird transmission as well. Perfect. Transmission should be going way, way up. And the severity, of course, does go up every time you increase your transmission, but if you can manage that at least for a while, this is still pretty manageable. Honestly, the biggest danger when it comes to Neurax Worm is being detected early and watching the cure development start early in the game before you can react to it. That's your biggest fear with the Neurax Worm. Because it's not an issue of getting to other places in the world. You can definitely do that thanks to the Trojan plains. So really spreading across the world is not so hard. Ooh, high levels of bird migration. That actually means I want to grab this now. Bird 2, bam, infectivity just goes way up. That will work to my favor. Anyway, yeah, getting around is not to the other parts of the planet. Even the islands is not a danger when it comes to the Neurax Worm. It's all a matter of not being detected until you have enough points to exert complete mind control over your hosts. Yeah, that's basically exactly what we're going to be doing in this strategy. We are going straight up for a mind control symptom, basically. You're going to ascend as gods amongst the humans. There we go, our first round. Let's go to India, our alternative starting location, because that has a lot of the same symptoms, or at least the same attributes, as Brazil, and a very high population to boot. You see how that worked? It didn't cost me any points. Oh, I got another one. Let's go to China next. And bam, I get to go all over the world. Look how easy that is. All right. And the next thing we can do, let me think here. We can get psychosis. Tendrils weaken dopamine receptors, inducing occasional states of psychosis and personality shifts to better accommodate the worm. Yeah, I'm going to grab that. Severity is gone. No worries. We can get the locomotion. Basically, the tendrils of my worm allow it to move around outside the host. A little bit more noticeable, but infectivity goes way up, so we're going to grab that as well. Bam. Now we're going to start watching red bubbles pop everywhere. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Actually, while we're at it, let's upgrade our planes a little bit. Now we get more planes. Yay! We love more planes. Oh, look at that. Let's go to West Africa. They found me! Oh no! Well, they're not worried about me yet. That's all that matters. So now, we just sit back and wait. I'm going to go ahead and infect... Where's somewhere good and humid? Let's go to Indonesia. Why not? France? Brain feeders is just another parasite. They expect it will be easily cured. They could not be more wrong! Yeah, South Africa... There we go. We're making our way around. We are definitely getting around. Around, get around. Worm gets around, yeah. Trojan Roamers. This is the next thing we're going to grab. Adrenaline secretion in Trojan hosts cause them to travel more, increasing infectivity in the target country. So the country you target gets more susceptible as a whole. Yeah, we're getting that. Let's also go ahead and grab some cold resistance, because I know I'm going to need that right away. And while we're at it, let's go to Canada. There we go. Getting around. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Brazil has started working on a cure a little early, but that's okay. What do we want to get next? More transmission? Nah. We don't want to get an adoration yet, because severity goes way, way up. So instead, we're going to get rats. Rats are going to start getting me around a little bit. While we're at it, no, there's nothing else I can afford. That's all we can do for now. All right. Rats, no problem. Use the animals to your advantage, everybody. There we go, there we go, there we go. More. Give me more. I cannot get enough of you. We want to increase the severity even further in the target country. Perfect. Let's also get drug resistance, because I know I'm going to want that. Bam. South America is almost completely infected. Great. Let's go to Poland. It's a good central location. And it's also rather humid, apparently, which is just fantastic. Who doesn't like that? Let's go to Sweden. Bam. We've got a nice cache of points building up here, but we need to be careful not to get too excited about this. Do we want to allow them to move around even more? Do we want insects? I think insects too is a great idea. Look how high the infectivity gets. Definitely a good call. Now let's see, we have Australia. We need New Zealand still, so let's go ahead and grab that. See, I'm not even worried about the island nations doing the Neurax Worm. This strategy with the Trojan plains makes it so easy. We've already infected half the world's population, thanks to India and China. Can manipulate human thoughts to its advantage. You think so? I definitely think so. Let's go to Norway next. Got a lot of points building up here. Alright, we need to start spending some stuff. More rats, maybe? Especially in urban environments? Good idea. Let's grab that. Drives the rats to attack the humans. Perfect. I'm saving points because up in this tree is where I ascend to godhood. Let's go ahead and grab more Trojan plains, more cold resistance, and genetic hardening. There we go. Cure should slow down dramatically. China shuts down the airports? Oh no, whatever will I do? Well, not fret about it, that's for sure. Where have I not hit? Iceland. Let's hit up Iceland. Caribbean, Iceland, Spain, and the Baltic states. Well, that means the Caribbean is the only one that's going to be a little difficult. Oh no, the World Health Organization has put me on the watch list. Well, God forbid. God forbid. Let's see. Is the cure actually a problem right now? No, the cure's not much of a problem at all. More drug resistance, probably? Or do I want to work toward adoration? It increases infectivity, and they already found me. I'm on the watch list, so this won't hurt. Let's grab adoration. Devotion means that whenever my hosts think about the worm, they get intense rushes of pleasure. We'll hold off on that for a little bit, but that's our overall goal, is to head toward that. Let's go to the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, whichever you prefer to pronounce it. Bam! All the island states have been nabbed. It's just Spain and the Baltic states that we're missing. Severe storms strike Australia. Oh no, poor guys. Canada has started leading the research effort, have they? It would be you. I'm going to infect Canada. Alright, now's the time to grab the next level of genetic hardening, I think. I do not want devotion yet. I want to save up a lot more points. I want to infect more of the world. More of the world must be infected first. Let's see. Let's go to Russia, because Russia's not been infected very much at all. Remember, every time I send a plane, it's increasing the infectivity of the whole country. London Olympics are back on. Really? Oh, let's just take a plane over to London and join the Olympics. We're not going to be planting any worms on anyone's brains while we're there, will we? Absolutely not. Okay, I'm gonna grab Frontal Mesh and Confusion, also harder to concentrate on complex work. Bam. And Memory Loss, very hard to cure. Yep, we're gonna grab that as well. This should slow cure efforts rather drastically, I believe. Let's send more planes to the UK, because I want to infect all these tourists. Where are we at? We're not getting a whole lot more points yet, unfortunately, and this is where the Neurax Worm starts to become a problem. Oh, there we go. It should never have gone ahead. Absolutely, the brain feeders have arrived in London for the Olympics. They wanted to join in and watch the soccer, but while they were at it, they couldn't help but take a little nibble of your brain. Yeah, you guys are gonna regret that, aren't you? Let's send more guys to Canada. Brain feeders is controlling you, huh? Oh no, really? I never would have guessed. Never ever would have guessed. Boom. Alright, we're getting around the world rather drastically. Oh no, they got, okay, that's actually a problem. That's unfortunate randomness. They've manipulated my genes. They're gonna be able to cure this a lot faster. I have to step things up, and that's a bit of a problem because I'm not getting enough points really to justify that. This may be difficult all of a sudden. Might be very difficult indeed, but we need to start hitting up these countries more. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's get to Spain, because we're still not getting much there. Alright, we need to grab Devotion. How many points do I need for Transcendence? 39. If I can at least get there, I'll be fine. Most of the world is infected at this point. There we go. I have all the points I need. Let's slow things down. Send a plane to the Baltic states. Eye cure device has been announced. Really? Oh no. Okay, well, that's a problem, isn't it? We've infected almost the entire world. That means that most of the population is becoming very confused, which means they're not going to be working much on the cure. Canada's now mostly infected. Perfect. So what I can do now is worry about Transcendence when I'm in danger, which is actually about by 85%. I'm going to stop their efforts there, which is right about now. Transcendence. Overdose of oxytocin and vasopressin forces host into a permanent state of worship or acceptance, treating the Neurax Worm as an eternal god. Very noticeable. Yeah, we're gonna grab that. Bam. Is there anything else I want to do in transmission? Let's give my worm the ability to move around a little bit faster. I want them to infect the rest of Spain and the Baltic states. That said, though, the world now is going to worship me as a god, as it should. China has begun to break down. Really? Oh my, Central Europe. What are you doing there? Italy is an anarchy. There we go. Infected worship brain feeders. People infected with brain feeders are reporting visions of rapture and a glorious new overlord species. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. Well, we're getting a little close to that, but as soon as the whole world is infected, there we go. The world, there's no healthy people left in the world. Everybody on the planet is now going to worship me as a god. Victory shall be mine. Brain feeders enslaves humanity. The whole world worships brain feeders as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. And there you go. Bam. Victory. Maybe not the most effective strategy in the world, but it definitely works even on brutal mode. Do I want to show you the whole thing? Let's do the replay a little bit. Starting off in Brazil is a little bit more risky. India is probably an easier choice to work with. Again, though, you don't have to worry about any of the island states, so I wasn't especially worried about taking a ship or planning that out. For example, usually to get to Greenland, you have to get Norway or Sweden under your control. But I wasn't especially worried about that because I can just fly anywhere I want. So the main issue is just making sure you're not noticed by the by the humans, and they start working on a cure. But then, as I already showed you, you can grab a few early symptoms that severely reduce the severity, kind of counteract your transmission, and it's also on a straight path to Ascendance. So it actually works really in your favor. It's very efficient. This is about the time when I should have grabbed cold resistance and drug resistance, so now I should be spreading throughout Russia and Canada rather drastically. I'm shocked that Spain actually held out as long as it did, but not really much of a problem. The numbers down here at the bottom don't seem to be updating. I don't know what happened there, but that's weird. Well, it appears to have just randomly stopped. Okay, either way, the world is now under my control. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a Neurax guide on brutal difficulty. Ooh, I also got Translesion. I don't even know what that does, but it sounds like fun. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with more Plague Inc. Evolved. If you enjoyed the video guide, then just leave a like, maybe a comment, or subscribe if you haven't already, and tell me what disease you want to see next, and I'll try to bring that to you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.